In this section, we're going to talk about solving quadratic equations by graphing in 9.2. This is very similar to 9.1 where you just graph the quadratic equation. The only difference in 9.2 is you're going to be solving it just by listing where the x-intercepts are. So you can see on this page that there's three different possibilities. You can either have two solutions just by where it how many times it touches the x-axis. That one has 2. This one, it's touching the x-axis at one place, and on this third graph, it's not touching at all. If you need to, you can go back and look at the 9.1 video on graphing quadratic equations, but basically you find your axis of symmetry using x equals negative b over 2a, and then getting that value and plugging that in to find your vertex. On this case, it's already plotted, so all you have to do in 9.2 is tell me what the solutions are. Again, it's where the x-intercepts are. So in this case, your x-intercepts would be at -2 and 5. So take a minute and pause the video. Go ahead and solve this by graphing. Again, if you need to go back and refresh that, go look at the 9.1 video, but graph it and then state where your x-intercepts are. And then you should see your solutions. It touches at -2 and +4. Okay, so we're going to do this one together. So solve x squared plus 8x minus 16 by graphing. So the first thing I'm going to do is move that 16 over to the other side. I'm going to find my axis of symmetry. So negative b over 2a is -8 over 2 times 1. -8 over 2 is -4. So I am going to use that to find my vertex. So I would say y equals, I'm going to plug this -4 into this function everywhere there's an x. So -4 squared plus 8 times -4 plus 16. So when I do that, I would get 16 minus 32 plus 16, and that would give you 0. So your vertex is at -4, 0. So you can go ahead and plot that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 0. And then we know this is a positive parabola. I'm going to put one number on either side to see what's happening. So I'm going to pause the video for a second and I'll work it out. Okay, so I went ahead and I plugged in -3 just to get 1 point on either side of that vertex. And when I do, I got y equals 1. So I plotted my parabola. It looks like this. So you can see the only answer I have is where it's touching the x-axis right there. So my solution would be -4. That's it. And they graphed it a little bit nicer. Now I want you to take a minute and try to work this one out the same way I did the last one. And you should have gotten -1. If you're having trouble with that, you can always send me a remind. I wanted you to see this problem. It says x squared plus 2x plus 3. So again, you would find the axis of symmetry by using -b over 2a and finding the vertex. Again, go back to 9.1 video if you need. The problem is when you graph this that it does not touch the x-axis anywhere. So since the solution is where it touches the x-axis, if it doesn't touch the x-axis, then you have no solution. Whoops, that's all right, you have no solution.